Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick watering for all of my succulents. These are all the trays. Now I had purchased these trays initially for propagation, but then I just accidentally happened to use them for watering, and I'm kind of addicted using them for watering now. So they have completely replaced the propagation, and now they are just being used for watering because I realized that I can place these trays anywhere and I can have a quick bottom watering done rather than moving around with stuff. So usually these trays have the dedicated space, but I just wanted to show you how these trays are. They're not very deep, good enough for bottom watering, so I have quite a lot of them. I couldn't find the larger trays, so I had to move to the smaller trays because the larger trays were much easy to water. So the larger tray, I tend to leave it over here because here I have slightly larger arrangements. I have these bowls that need watering over here, and these are all of the collections. So this receives a good amount of light. This is more of indirect light because a lot of these guys still are recovering from the stretching. So as you can see, these are all the stretched ones. Again over here some stretched succulents. This was a recently repotted, so I'm just keeping it in indirect bright light for some time, and then I have few more that were recently added. So I have to be just going to keep them over here for some time, and once they are all good, I'm going to move them back. So this particular tray is dedicated for this section. I call this as a unit 2 because this receives a mix of indirect and bright light. So I'm going to take you to unit 1 where there's direct sunlight morning and afternoon. So I'm going to show you next. So this is my unit 1. It receives morning direct sunlight and afternoon direct sunlight as well. Now guys, my succulents have been acclimated over the years. All of these succulents that are seeing over here are almost 4 or 5 years old. I know they are not very big enough because I tend to take the leaves, the low leaves, for propagation, so they never tend to grow really huge. So these are usually my hybrids and agoides, the ones that require a good amount of light. Now they have been with me for a couple of years, so I'm very sure how well they react to afternoon direct sunlight without any covering as of now. And these are all the trays that I have lined up for bottom watering. I sometimes feel like I'm working in an animal shelter, you know, it's time to feed your animals kind of a thing, but this is how it tends to go. So the smaller ones, they usually can accommodate around 5 pots, 5 of these circular pots. So all of these 4 pots are going to have 5 pot each, so you can imagine how much of time I am able to save. This probably can hold up to 6 pots. And another thing that I wanted to show you, as you can see, I found these wooden sticks which I'm going to be using it as a covering support to cover the plastic. Now this is not for now, this is for the monsoon season, but I usually prefer to be prepared well in advance. I have to still work a lot on this. As of now, I have just put these sticks. I have to put a plastic on it. This is just for the monsoon season. I know I'm quite early for monsoons, but still I need to be on the safer side, so I'm just going to use these sticks as of now. So I'm going to start watering it, and I'm going to show you. So this is unit 1. The earlier one was unit 2. I'll show you unit 3 and unit 4 as well. So sorry, it was my mistake. The larger one tends to hold 5 of these circular pots, and the other ones hold up to 3 of them, and a smaller pot which I also tend to add them to it. So this is how this section of unit 1 tends to get bottom watered. And now this is going to take like probably few minutes. This one you can see has already started to the soil to get wet. Now while this is going on, because I do not want to waste a lot of time, I have like another few hundred succulents that I have to water. So while these are getting, there are a couple of more that are still yet to water. So while this is going on, I go to unit 2. This is my unit 2. Let me quickly fill the water in this. and get back to you. So this is my unit 2 watering. As I said, the bowls are larger, so I need a larger tray for this. So I use this tray so that it can accommodate more larger pots. I can add another small pot, but this is just for an example. This is how it usually goes on. Now guys, it's afternoon right now, so I am just giving you an example. I usually do not water my plants during the afternoon. It's usually at around 4 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. onwards I start watering it, but it's going to be very difficult to show you guys because it's already very dark. So I just wanted to give you an idea how it tends to look with full light, because during the evenings it becomes very dark and you might not be able to see much. So this is how it tends to look like, the unit 2. So right now what I'm showing you is all like quick things, like it's a fast forward thing. Once the unit 1 has been completely watered, then I take 2 of the trays from there and I get it over here, and this is my unit 3. This place receives a balance between morning and slight afternoon sunlight, not much. So then it's moved over here, and then I start placing. Now these pots are slightly smaller, so they can accommodate more in this. At times it's a 6, mostly it's a 6 that I store in this. These are of some more of my papercrete that is in process, and now I will put these in the next tray. Sorry guys if it's going to be very windy, because it's been very windy for past few weeks. And this is another tray of mine that was a leaf propagation. Now this is probably not very sure, probably 2 years, of around 2 years of hard work. They are still very small. They all were obtained from leaf propagation. Apart from these 2, 1, 2, 3 and 4, these were cuttings, but rest, as you can see, the smaller ones were all from leaf propagation. They are very dehydrated right now. I have to water them, so I'm going to do that in some time. So this is my unit 3, which receives a partial afternoon sunlight, because these guys are really very small. So you can see that they are almost in shade right now, but they get a good amount of morning direct sunlight so that they can stay compact. They haven't been watered for a long time. I am going to do it after this video. So this is my unit 3. So now this is my unit 4. This is the last unit that I have, and this is where I have a majority of my leaf propagations and succulents that are quite stretched, or probably succulents that are very compact and dehydrated. This is where I usually keep my succulents, because this entire parapet that you're seeing over here receives only indirect but bright light. So this place is all where I have my dehydrated, basically the dehydrated succulents that still need some time to grow up. You can see some more of these pups over here, so they all tend to do good over here. These are some that were damaged in the container, which are still recovering. So this is the place where it receives only indirect bright light. This is the entire place where it is only for the weaker succulents or for leaf propagations, and this is where I usually keep my container, and I continue with another part of my watering. These pots, I really like these pots. Again, these are papercrete pots. The best thing what I like about them is the type of shape. Because of this, it's very easy to handle these pots and keep as many as I can. Again, it only comes up to 6, but I feel it looks much neat compared to the others. A full set of pots tend to get watered in this container. For the leaves, for these leaves, I am going to wait for some time because they haven't put out any roots yet, so it's going to take a little longer time. This is the progress of the Graptopelaum ghosty on the 13th. Only few of them have got the roots, but others are doing quite well. Again guys, not a single drop of water has been added to them yet. They are long way away from getting water. Again, some more of my succulents in unit 4. Now this, at the end of the parapet, is where it receives a little bit of afternoon sunlight. So I usually have my Sedum Adolphis kept over here because they can handle more sunlight. Then I have my electric glow and a few other varieties of succulents which are doing excellent over here. So this is my unit 4, where I have few more of my succulents. Usually this unit consists more of propagations and other stuff like that. There's a lot of work that is still remaining that I have to still set up, so I'm still trying to figure out what is going to work out and what's not going to work out. A lot of work still left, so as of now I'm just maintaining this place for only these guys. Probably this is going to soon get full. So as of now, these are all the succulents that are still waiting to get watered. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.